Here is a statistic for you to think about. According to a U.S. Chamber of Commerce report, 71% of small business owners plan to adopt the latest technology, including AI, that's artificial intelligence. Jordan Crenshaw is the Senior Vice President of the Chamber's Technology Engagement Center. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
So the statement I just made is part of the report and study that just came out. What other revelations hit you when you read the report?
So what we found is that nearly every small business is using some type of tech. 95% of small businesses are using at least one type of tech platform, and that's everything from marketing and promotions to processing sales, communicating with customers, or doing things like account and payroll management. But one of the really interesting facts that we learned was that nearly a quarter of small businesses are using artificial intelligence already, which is going to be a game-changing technology in the future.
So what are we talking about? I said AI. What else is in that category?
In terms of some of the other types of tech, 4 and 5 are actually using social media to reach customers. So actually I had a chance to talk with a coffee shop owner who used social media live events to do cooking classes to stay relevant and in touch with his customers. Half of small businesses are also using things like digital payments and point of sale tools. So, when you go to a farmer's market, for example, nearly every one of those vendors is cashless. And I think one of the interesting things, too, when you take it back to AI, is that those companies that are using it, there's a 12-point difference between those that are using it and those who aren't in terms of likelihood of profits. But, even if companies aren't using it now, 39% are planning to use AI in the future.
Well, let's talk about the future a minute. I mean, technology is changing so rapidly. So what, in your estimation, that will it look like in the next 10 years, next 20 years for small businesses?
Well, what's interesting as we looked at this report, actually 15% of small businesses are looking at different types of mobility technology. So, for example, things like automated vehicles and drones that could help do deliveries. And that's 15% of small businesses that are actually looking at doing that in the future as well. So it's a whole variety of different types of tech that are going to connect things like restaurants and small stores with consumers and with things like delivery. But AI is also going to be huge as well. It's going to solve a lot of problems through finding efficiencies, securing transactions. And so there's a lot of really great opportunities on the horizon for small businesses to use in terms of tech.
So what, in your mind, is the impact, the positive impact on both the economy and the consumer?
Well, we did a version of this report last year, and it found that small businesses that use tech actually better weathered the COVID-19 pandemic, and that same trend held for this year's report as well. What we found is that tech platforms that use multiple types, or small businesses that use multiple types of tech platforms, reported higher earnings and sales and hiring, and also 78% of small businesses said that tech platforms actually help them cope with inflation and help them not have to pass costs on the consumers.
So where can you send our viewers to learn more about the report and about the use of technology and benefits in small business?
If you'd like to learn more, you can actually visit us at uschamber.com.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more lifestyles for you. Stay with us.